First of all, let me start by saying that I love Thailand, and that this is no way, shape, or form meant to be an insult to Thailand or the people of Thailand. Having said that, I'll continue by saying no matter where I travel, I always have a plan B. That is not talking about a plan B for pregnancies, but it is an emergency plan in case shit happens. What would you do if you lost your wallet, your credit cards, and your money? This is a headache of unimaginable proportions, only to be exacerbated by being in another country. I first and foremost make sure that wherever I travel, I have emergency funds in my hotel room safe. This includes money and a second credit card or debit card. Secondly, it is amazing to me how many people travel to another country and don't even know where their American consulate is located. Your consulate is like home base. Your consulate is there to help you during your time away from home. I make sure to not only know the location of my consulate in a foreign country, but I also have it written down in the language of the country in which I am in. Now, to my knowledge, there are 2 American consulates in Thailand, one in Bangkok and another in Chiang Mai. I will put their address probably in the description if you don't see it here now. I also keep a copy of my passport, including the visa stamp in my passport. This can be easily obtained from whatever hotel you are staying at because they are going to take a copy of it anyway. Just politely ask if you can have a copy as well. They will be glad to give it to you. Another key component of my plan B is a burner cell phone. These can be obtained at any 7-Eleven. And if you have ever been to Thailand, there's 5 to 10 7-Elevens on every block in Thailand. Last but not least, I keep a second form of ID, either my American driver's license. Well, I use my passport card as a second form of ID, so if God forbid I lose my passport, I have my ID to show the consulate who I really am. This is my plan B, or what I like to call it, my ICSH, in case shit happens contingency plan. Having said that, let's go on to how I almost went to jail in Thailand. So the day started out just like any other day waking up in Thailand. I woke up fairly early, around 11, with the usual drag my ass around my hotel room, crawled into the shower and got ready to leave my temporary residence, that is, my hotel room. I headed out with the intent to get coffee, something to eat, do a little shopping, and so far things went according to plan. So if you have ever been to Thailand, you know about 4 o'clock I was a sweaty mess. So I figured I would go back to my room and sit up under an air conditioner for a little bit and perhaps venture out a little later in the evening for some dinner and drinks and whatever else may come along. So let me just stop for a second and invite you to like and subscribe and check out my channel for more traveling tidbits on Thailand and elsewhere. Now that we got that out of the way, I'm sitting in my hotel room, of course. I take my clothes off and jump in the shower, and then I'm flipping through Thailand TV. I get dressed and head out the door. I walk and enjoy the sights and sounds of Pattaya, Thailand. I walk past a number of massage parlors. I get a couple of cat calls from the bar girls, and I stumble across a small restaurant, more like a bar and grill. So I decided to stop and see what they had to offer and get something to eat. 45 minutes to an hour, I finally take a look at my bill, and I'm going to pay it and continue on my journey. I reached for my wallet and realized it wasn't there. I didn't know. I was frozen with panic. I begin looking on the ground and around my table. Maybe it's in my other pocket. I started thinking about when I last saw it. I swore to myself that I lost my wallet, my money, and my passport. Telling my waitress that I lost my wallet took a second for her to understand, as I frantically look around the bar and between the bar stools and in front of the restaurant. Suddenly it dawned on her what I was trying to explain. She looked over her shoulder and said something in Thai, probably to the effect of, "Hey, this guy isn't going to pay." Everybody seemed to come out of the back kitchen, the manager, the dishwasher, the cook. Everybody was standing there looking at me. I explained, through the help of someone who spoke enough English, that I needed to go back to my hotel room, get some money and come back and pay my bill because I had lost my wallet and my passport. Hearing this, the manager said, "You no pay?" Again, I explained that I had to go to my hotel room and retrieve some money as I had lost my wallet. I knew that I was in a tough spot to be in. This could go so many different ways. None of the scenarios that played in my mind at the time ended well for me. The manager says, "You go, you come back, you know come back, you know come back." I looked at her in her eyes and I told her, "I will be back. Now, Mind you, I was maybe 30 or 45-minute walk away from my hotel room. I wanted to get this done, and I wanted to get it done as quick as possible. So, I took my life in my hands, and I approached a scooter taxi. I explained to him that we were going to go to my hotel and back, to which he agreed. This was the first time I had ridden on a scooter taxi, and I have never prayed so feverishly for God to spare my life. I could have sworn that I saw Jesus watch me as we went by cars and taxis and other scooters, only to arrive at my hotel in one piece. I quickly ran upstairs to my hotel room, and as I stood in front of the safe, something told me to check the pockets of my shorts that I had worn earlier that day. I cannot explain the wave of relief that came over me, for in those cargo shorts was my wallet, my passport, and my money that I thought I had lost. Leaving my hotel room and heading downstairs, it dawned on me that I still needed to get back to the bar and grill on a scooter taxi. I again took my life within my hands to arrive back to where I was picked up. Now, as I began to walk towards the bar and grill where my tab was waiting for me, I noticed a group of Thai policemen outside talking to the waitress and the bar and grill manager. As I drew close, the waitress turned and looked at me and said something in Thai to the police officer because they all turned and looked at me. Now, I don't know if you have ever had a group of people abruptly stop their conversation to turn and look at you, but it is a daunting feeling, to say the least. Multiplied that the group were police officers, multiplied by the fact that they were Thai police officers. I don't think I need to tell you that my colon was tied in a knot. It took everything within me to quiet the voices screaming in my head the one word, "Run." As I drew closer to the bar and grill, one of the police officers walked up and said, "Hey, you pay now." I slowly walked past him, but at the same time walking with him. Yes, I pay now. When we reached the bar and grill where the Thai police, the manager, and the waitress were, they were still going back and forth until the waitress finally took my hand and said, "Come on." When I came inside and sat down, I paid my bill. I tipped my waitress 500 baht, and I tipped the manager 500 baht. The situation seemed to have been rectified. However, when I was just about to get up and leave, I realized that those group of Thai police officers were still standing outside. I decided that I should have another drink for the road. I was not walking through that group to get out of that place. Maybe it's just me, paranoia, superstition, whatever you want to call it. But I would notice them turn and look at me, turn and say something in Thai, and they would slowly look up at me. I found myself looking around for a back entrance. However, after about 10 minutes or so, they realized my ass was not coming off of that bar stool while they were still standing there. They went their way, I finished my drink, paid my bill, and finally got back to my hotel room. As I laid there and contemplated what had happened, I finally found the relief to actually laugh about the situation, knowing that this could have gone terribly wrong. Because it's always one hell of a vacation until the Thai police haul you off to jail. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.